what's up? Welcome to Nick Names, the show where Nick names things.
Yeah.
Of course, Nick is an old man. He doesn't know shit. But I told you I don't know how to open the show.
No, you're doing great. This is exactly what Tim used to say every single
Bang
time.
job.
But we find things that young people are into, like Pokemon, like Nintendo characters, etc. And we bring them back to Nick. Nick looks at them and tries to figure out, what the fuck do you name that? What's that called? Nick doesn't know, and we have a lot of fun with it. I'm, of course, joined by the one and only Roger McCorney.
Hi, I'm here. I'm excited. I just ate a bunch of hot wings, so I'm
How
feeling
are
good.
you now?
I'm feeling chill. I'm feeling chill. Yeah, no, I ate a pizza right after this. So, I mean, like, I'm gonna shit my brains out after this, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
You followed up like ghost peppers and Grim Reaper peppers, whatever they're called, with a piece of square pie, guys.
Yeah, with the
you're
most
gonna blow your O-ring out later today, is what you're gonna do.
My O-ring.
You better watch that.
O-ring.
I don't know how long your drive home is, but you better be careful. You better
It's
get an
5 minutes,
ambulance
but it's a tight 5 minutes.
It
Yeah.
might be loose.
Oh!
O-ring is like a nicknames term that you would have to have me try to figure out what that means.
All right, let's start it off. What's an O-ring?
I figured out by the context.
Clues, right?
Yeah, context clues. But oh man, that's graphic. I like that though. Of course, we're joined by the one and only
shit.
Nick Scarpino, and apparently Greg Miller, who's walking onto the scene.
Sorry, I just wanted to add, just like, I'm standing up waiting in line for the bathroom, so I'll see how you're feeling in a second.
Yeah. This is an hour and a half long nicknames. We'll see if Roger can make it through.
Now,
That's the metagame.
Nick,
The metagame.
Roger McCorney approached me and said, "We're doing nicknames. We're having Nick Scarpino try to figure out what a bunch of Zoomer terms mean." And this is Zoomer terms expanded out, right?
Yeah,
Zoomer
sure.
terms, 2023 terms, slang in general, right? Modern slang is how we're approaching this. Of course, me and Roger are both children of TikTok. We're children of the internet. Nick, I assume you use
I would
TikTok.
say I'm a child of TikTok. I mean,
No?
I'm an adult of TikTok.
What generation are you from?
I mean, Gen Z for sure. I'm
You're
definitely
both
firmly in Gen Z.
right?
Because your generation is the TikTok generation.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I was adult when TikTok came
But
out.
see, they just kind of group it in, right?
Yeah.
You're a child of TikTok. Greg Miller's generation is like a child of like dial-up internet, and my generation is a child of having to go to the liquor store and buy your porn on VHS tapes. And then they put them in a little dark bag for you, so when you walk out, people don't know that you have porn in there. Except spoilers, all the other bags were clear. So when you walk out of a liquor store with a bag that you can't see through, it's clearly porn.
And they sold porn at every liquor store.
Not everyone,
or,
just
like,
the ones that you had to
good
find
ones?
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to go to like one of those like skeezy sex shops,
Yeah.
you'd go to the liquor store. You'd be like, let's get a little Mountain Dew, get a little this trail mix, and I'll get this
Big Booty 7.
slamming at 7. Yeah.
Always 7.
So my question is, what is the selection there? Is it
Not
very
good.
small? Yeah, it's very small.
What
Is it like is it like very niche, or is it very like here's like everyone likes boobs, so here's a bunch of boobs, here's a bunch of ass.
I mean, it's one of those things where if you want to get deep down the Duffy on
Yeah.
this one, deep down the rabbit hole on this one, it's one of those things where it's like it's a smattering of stuff, but it's all kind of in the same vein.
Okay.
Where it's just porn. You're not getting any fringe fetish stuff in the local liquor store in Garden Grove.
Gotcha.
What's up with like the franchises of these things? Cause like we talk about slamming whatever 7 or Big Booty 7 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, Space Jam has finally made it to the second movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
But these porn movies are making it to like 8, 10, 14. Like, what is going on with how many sequels that these things are getting?
Much bigger user base. You see what I'm saying? Like, how many
Interesting.
people do you think played Spider-Man?
Like actors or
No. How many people do you think played the game?
Oh, the game Spider-Man. I don't know,
Yeah.
like 5 million probably.
5
by now?
million people.
Yeah.
Okay, multiply that by 900, and you got
Jesus.
You got
every
feet
person.
fuckers 1, 2, and 3 audience.
Whoa, okay. God
That's true.
dang.
This one's already off to a bang. Do you guys know how this show started? By the way, were either of you here
Was
when
it
this show
was it a
started?
Pokemon episode?
It was a Pokemon episode. I think it was
remember watching
nicknames
it.
Pokemon.
I edited the comeback of the show, so like I know some of that, but that's
Yes.
that's later.
Well, the idea behind this show is that I have absolutely no idea about anything, but I am not hesitant to just make shit up on the fly and act like that's the reality of it, right?
Good.
This is how little creativity we had back in the day. Is that Tim was like, I think it was like a Patreon show for a while. He was like, we'll just call it nicknames. And spoilers, it always had to be me. Because you can't have a show called Nicknames and then I'm not in it.
True.
But they're all terrible. So I expect this episode to be incredibly terrible too. But I do have a bone to pick with both of you before we get in.
Okay.
You said you want me to bring, quote, you guys are going to bring Gen Z terms, Zoomer
Yeah.
terms, right?
Yeah, I'm the only
Obviously-
Gen Z here, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
You millennial?
I'm a millennial.
He's a geriatric millennial.
So I
that's what
want
he
to just,
said.
I just
I'm a
wanna,
young millennial.
I want to call out the fact that I know that it's Zoomer Boomer, that's the big feud.
Yeah.
But I am in fact not a boomer.
What?
I just want you guys to know that there is a hidden generation of people between boomers and Gen Z is called Gen Xers.
No, that's
I
the
am a
Elon
Gen
thing.
Xer.
That's the Elon thing.
No, that's just X. When you put a Gen X in front of that, it becomes an X-Man thing, and it's super cool.
That is actually really cool.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've never
I'm
heard
the
of that.
Charles Xavier to your Beast. Mango.
I think this is gonna be a fun one because of
James
course we
McAvoy.
got modern slang, we got Gen Z terms, we got it all.
I can't wait.
Nick,
Yes.
we're gonna start off with the term munch.
Ooh.
What do you think a
Munch.
munch is?
And this is one that I originally, when we did Kind of Munchies, I kind of alluded to, and you just looked so fucking scared.
Yeah. No, this
You look
makes
scared.
sense. Of course, a derivative of the popular phrase "mensch," which means just a great person. You know,
Oh.
doing a solid, right? Your buddy, you're sick, right? Your wife's out of town because she doesn't like you. Your buddy comes over and he brings you some soup, right? Your wife kicks you out because she found your 1994 VHS porn collection still stuffed under the bed, even though the bed doesn't have any space underneath it, which means you had to do a Herculean effort to lift the bed up and shove the porn in between the steel slats and then put it back down. And she asked you for a long time, what is that crunching sound whenever I lay on the bed? That's just what the covers are. You use too much bleach. It surely isn't plastic from tapes fucking cramming into each other as I roll my tubby ass all over them. I digress. She's out of town, sick. Your buddy brings you over some soup, or he lets you sleep on the couch. That's a mensch. Of course, you guys don't understand how vowels work, so you just call it munch.
Oh, okay. So it's just another one. That's
Roger,
somewhat.
I mean,
he got
certain notes of
close,
it.
and then he would take a left. Right?
Yeah.
So a munch is.
But remember, 4 lefts equal right.
True. Fuck. Do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
3 lefts equal right.
I don't know that.
3 lefts equal right.
3
That's
lefts
right.
equal
Okay,
right.
three,
lefts,
yeah, okay.
yeah.
I was gonna say
4 lefts,
Four lefts
that's
is straight.
360 degrees.
That's just a circle.
Yeah,
You just did a circle.
Oh, it's a square.
Roger, this is one that you had on the docket.
Yes, a munch was popularized by the rapper Ice Spice.
Yep.
Of course.
Yes, you might
Part of-
actually
part of-
notice her. She is in her bust, which is a chia pet, is in the streaming lab. Right
Oh,
now.
fun.
So you might notice her in
Sure.
the back.
Yeah, she also has songs with Taylor Swift, Nicki Minaj.
That is
etc.
true. But she's also in the streaming room. So I
Yeah.
feel like those are equal like fame levels or
That
whatever.
makes sense, yeah.
And she popularized this term munch, and it means someone that eats pussy.
Oh.
And like kind of like he's just a munch, right? Like he just eats it.
Oh,
and then
like me in high school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like he just eats it, and then we don't fuck, and then that's it. That's his use
Oh,
case.
so he just I think they
Yeah.
did a whole Sex in the City episode about that.
No, okay.
And at one point, I think it was Charlotte tries to date the munch.
Yeah.
And then Samantha was like, you gotta release that back into the wild. You can't be locking that down. That is a natural resource that you cannot put in a cage.
That's very true. That's very true. And some people, it's like kind of like been conflated to like simp.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
this
is a thing now?
it's definitely derogative, right?
Yeah.
Urban Dictionary defines munch as someone whose only use is eating pussy without getting anything in return. When Ice Spice mentions it in her song, right? She's like, "Oh, you thought I was feeling you? Oh, he's a munch," right? It's the idea of like
Got it.
they're only
Yeah.
there to eat me out, and
Right.
that's it. I
They're
don't
not,
care
they're
about
not
this
getting
person.
reciprocating. They don't have the
No
respect for
reciprocation.
themselves
I
to be
don't-
like, no, I'm not doing this. I'll take what I can get. babe."
Exactly. Yeah, that person's a munch.
That was me in high
Exactly.
school. Yeah. Hmm?
Yeah. That's
And a
beautiful.
lot of college.
Moving on. 8.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8.
Mm.
Like ATE.
Oh, 8.
Oh, and even used in a sentence, right?
You don't have to because I understand. I know.
Oh, yeah,
No,
okay,
he got
go
it.
for it. Go
He
for
got
it.
it.
Because you don't have to put my creativity in a box. My creativity knows no bounds. Of course, this is a past tense munch, right?
Whoa.
This is a person who used to do that, but then finally, his senior year of college, somebody took pity on him and had sex with him for the first time. And he was like, wowie zowie.
Wowie
I should have been
zowie.
trying to have this way more, right? Of course, not really up to me so much as it is up to my partners who chose to not do that. Now, of course, an 8, still an X munch. You still have your munch card, right? So what you're bringing to the table now is a 1 for sex and 11 for munching it. For going downtown, you know, and like Charlie Brown, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know.
Right? And that has 2 contexts if you think about it. Charlie Brown,
Oh, okay.
the butthole,
But yeah.
the butthole.
Yeah.
So an 8 is an X, is a past tense munch, but still fucks with the game every once in a while.
I fuck with that.
8
That's good.
is actually way more of a positive term than
Cool.
you'd think coming off of the munch thing,
Okay.
right? 8 is essentially is like they did that, right? If I say Roger ate that Greg Miller interview, that means that Roger
Killed
like
it.
Okay.
he did
Killed
his
it.
dang thing, right?
Now there's also another one which I hate, but I've heard this is people just saying 7-9 because she ate. That sucks.
That's
That
bad.
sucks.
No, what
That
I usually
sucks.
see is like 4 + 4. right? Like,
okay, I've
if you
seen
see
that
like a TikTok of somebody like doing a great dance, right? Or they like go off on a spiel that's actually a really good spiel. Like you'll see it in the comments of like,
They would just say 4+4.
well, yeah,
they would
4
just
plus-
literally
just
just
4
say
plus
that.
4,
and then
'cause
people
they
know
ate.
it. People know it.
yeah.
And of course, that comes from the old joke from the 90s. Why did 5 hate 6? The 7 8 9.
This is from the where's that from?
90s.
No shot.
Why did
I could- I- if you
no, hold on. Why did 5 hate
That is a great
6?
depression joke.
Yeah, because
It's why
Kevin,
is 6 afraid of 7.
6 is friends with 7, so 5 didn't like
Oh my
6.
God.
You see what I'm saying?
I got it.
It's like it's like a circle of friends.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like if you
Right.
and I hung out and someone hated Mike, we'd be like, we have to hate that guy that hates Mike, right? We don't know that person.
3 rights. 3 rights.
4
rights. 4
4
rights.
left, make a right.
4 rights, Lake a left.
Now, Nick,
Somebody in the chat called me adult. You know what? Abe Froman, you're fucking fired. You are banned for the next 5 minutes. My hands are on fire from from those wipes. Okay, what's up?
if I told you you have Rizz, what does that mean?
That's good.
That means I have good taste.
Okay.
right? Because otherwise, if I didn't have good taste, there'd be no reason for you guys to rizz up out of bed every morning and come hang out with me, right?
That's what you think this job is?
It's a choice. It's a choice. You know?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought this would have been a slam dunk for you.
Yeah,
Rizz?
me
I
too.
would have thought that you would know exactly what Rizz is. This is one that is a very, very common, very popular phrase being used nowadays.
Which I heard for the first time last year because Blessing tried to get it off and say that was like a normal thing to say and no one was saying it. He just tried to start
it's because
doing
I'm
it.
ahead of the game. Because y'all are saying it now, right?
Well, now people say it, but you were just a 2 ahead of the game. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, well, what are you
it's
saying
because I'm in
right
the
now?
trenches.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Now let's get a third party unbiased opinion of this. My go between you 2 and me is one Snowbike Mike, who's roughly the middle age, right? Mike, do we use Rizz?
He says, yeah, we
Yeah.
use Rizz.
Yeah, but he said like, yeah, we use. Like, unfortunately, we use it.
Mike, want to come over here and tell the folks what Rizz is?
No, Mike's just on his phone.
Yeah,
he's lounging.
Mike was lounging.
He's reading the.
He said,
He's got
what?
Oh my God!
Mike got halfway. And
Mike is
actually,
learning.
No.
All right, what is
it means charisma. Charisma. So you would say someone has a lot of Rizz if they have a lot of charisma, a lot of game.
Yeah.
And they're like
Game.
it's usually in a hitting on somebody manner.
Yeah.
Usually,
Oh,
like
so it's sexual,
seduction
man.
skills.
Well, yeah,
So
like a
I would
flirty,
say,
flirty.
okay, let me try to use this contextually and like in terms for me. I had no Rizz in high school and college, therefore I had to be a Munch.
Yes.
All right, there you go.
He did
That
it.
was
He figured
fantastic.
it out. That was beautiful.
That was fantastic.
That was a bar.
That one I believe is coined by the YouTuber Kai Cenat.
Oh, really?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, made
Oh,
popular
wow.
by Kai Cenat.
Wow.
That's
and people say that is short for charisma, like take the
Yeah.
middle part of charisma. I never had that confirmed.
No, it is.
It
It
is.
is. Yeah.
Okay. I like that term. I
Yeah,
don't know
it's
because
nice.
then you get into the this is gonna be beefy to you a bit, Nick.
Okay.
You get into the idea of like, oh, that person has L-Riz, right?
L-Riz?
Yeah, that means they
Little
have,
charisma?
sort of. Yeah. Like usually, like when
Low
you add in like
charisma.
the modifier L, it
Yeah.
mean like, oh, they ain't got it, right?
Oh.
So
bad.
L stands for
Oh.
loss.
Yeah.
Usually. So then it's like
Lo-
kind of
L,
like,
like a like-
yeah,
like an L.
exactly.
Yeah.
So then people
Okay.
take that connotation and say L.
Like the opposite of
okay.
L-Riz is W-Riz.
Yeah.
Like if I see Andy,
Oh, like a dog, like a win.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I
Oh,
see
okay.
Andy Rizz a girl up, right? Oh man, Andy has W-Riz.
Just kidding.
It's an example. It's a hypothetical.
Let's use
crazy.
an
That was
example of something that
crazy.
can actually happen. Okay, let's not stick to fucking crazy.
Now,
land.
another version, Rizzler. If
Yeah.
I called you a Rizzler,
Oh,
what
I
does
know
that mean?
Exactly what that means.
What's that?
That means that you call me up, and Nick, I want to take you on a date night, right?
Okay.
And I think to myself, this person's so charismatic. Of course I'm gonna go, but I wonder if they want to take me to my favorite restaurant, right? The Sizzler. All you can eat fried shrimp and a bread that for some reason is like toasted on one side and wet on the other side. Not soggy, wet. To the point where you put it on your tongue. It's like eating seawater. And I go anyway. So we're Rizzle. What was the word?
So I'm Rizzler.
So I'm a Rizzler.
So I'm the Rizzler. I like that one. I like that answer. It's actually better than the real answer. The real answer is just someone, you just call somebody who has a lot of Rizz, the Rizzler, because
Rizzler,
it's
yeah.
like the Riddler.
Oh, that's cool.
My brother, literally, I learned this because my brother commented on Greg's Instagram post where he was wearing ripped jeans once because all of his other jeans were in the wash. And he was like, look how cool I look. My brother just wrote the Rizzler in all caps. And I just thought that was the stupidest fucking thing in the universe to call Greg Miller.
But oddly still on brand for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
the
well on
Rizzler.
brand for
He
sure.
is the Rizzler. He is the Rizzler.
Next one. It's giving.
It's giving.
It's giving.
Okay. So this, of course, is easy, right? That means it's giving off like that vibe. You know what I'm talking about? Like if I walk out, if Mike, let's take an example of something that really works, right? Mike walks in to an In-N-Out with his Timberlands on, right? And we sit down and we have lunch, and there's two good-looking women that sit next to us, right? And they're thinking to themselves, this guy's boots with that extra little height is giving, right? Of course, when we stand up, one of them says, you're a very giving man, you're very good looking. And Mike says, well, thank you, Miss Lady. And then just pinches his butt together, looks up, and walks out with great posture.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
You pretty much absolutely nailed it. Like, I mean, people wouldn't say like, oh, you're a giving individual. But like, aside from that, you absolutely nailed it, right? Like, it is the idea of like you're serving, like you are you're hitting exactly what you're going for here.
Okay.
You can modify it by saying like it's giving a certain thing, right?
Yeah.
Like if I what's the name of the Hot Ones host? Sean Evans.
Sean Evans.
Like if I looked at Roger while he was hosting the Hot Ones segment, right? And I could say, oh man, Roger is giving Sean Evans right now, and that means that he's emulating Sean Evans. He's giving exactly what he's going.
Yeah, I got you. I
It's
like
just
that.
it's a
Okay.
vibe modifier.
So I'm 1 for 1.
And like anytime I see Nick, it's like he's giving Gandalf, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's good.
Give him Gandalf a high five because we're fucking badass. Because we're badass.
Low five.
These guys don't get Lord of the Rings. Man, good.
Let me see if I can find an easy one for you.
Go back to freaking one.
Because
man.
you know giving. So-
just muttering
One
into the
Piece.
fucking microphone. Just
Tell me more about the
dejected.
new IRL One Piece.
You nailed giving. I want to see if I can give you like a
Give me a hard one.
2 for 2. You want a hard one? I'll
Give
you
me
an
easy one, then the hardest one you got.
All right.
From the award-winning game studio BioWare comes an immersive fantasy series, Dragon Age: Vows and Vengeance. A pair of heroes brought together by fate to embark on a journey of revenge, redemption, and love. Set in the vast world of Thetis, Dragon Age: Vows and Vengeance features key characters from the upcoming game Dragon Age: The Veilguard, rated M for mature. Let's check out a trailer.
So, what's the mark?
The Eye of Kithiska. From the world of Dragon Age comes a new tale.
The eye was crafted centuries ago by a powerful dreamer.
Listen to me. You've been tricked. We have to put this back and leave.
I'm sorry, but I won't let you pay for my mistakes.
The eye will destroy you.
Dragon Age: Vows and Vengeance. Listen and subscribe wherever you get podcasts.
Check out Dragon Age: Vows and Vengeance, an 8-episode immersive fantasy series now at kindafunny.com/dragonage. That's kindafunny.com/dragonage.
T.
T.
Yeah. Like TEA.
Oh, T?
Yeah.
That I know only because of Joey.
Mm.
When you say what's the T,
Mhm.
you're asking like what's the goss? What's the hot gossip, right?
Yep.
Now, of course, we start the boomer terms now. What does T mean in boomer terms?
Tea in Boomer?
Yeah.
Like actual tea. Like
T, if I say T,
oh,
like timeout?
no. I mean, yes. If I
Well,
do
you were
this,
doing
it's-
that. You literally
My
fucking
apologies.
did it.
But no one says T. If I were to say to you,
Oh, is it
What's the
testosterone?
heart?
yeah, that's right,
Yeah,
that's testosterone,
exactly.
baby. That guy's on T.
Oh,
That
I
guy's
thought you were
on T.
asking like what would a Gen Z? Because
God.
I was gonna say what's the hot goss? Because I feel like that's what like a boomer would say if you're trying to ask like what is the T? What's the hot goss?
No, I mean, if you want to be a real boomer, I was like, what's the hot Ryan Gosling? You know what I'm talking about? If I say what's the
No,
Gosling, what's
no,
the Ryan Gosling?
no.
I kind of like that though.
Right,
That's
then
kinda
that
smooth, I'm
means
not
what's the
gonna lie.
gossip, right? What's the hot,
No.
good-looking, taller than he should be?
No, I think that T is not Gen Z anymore. I think it's over now. It's dead.
No.
I think it's dead.
Where
I think
does
it's
that
old
come
now.
from?
I did it.
What's the derivative?
did it
'Cause
come- no,
if someone's giving, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not, Rizz,
What's
that's
the T?
the.
I mean, I think it
No.
comes from the idea of hot.
No, I
gossip.
think it comes from the Kermit meme.
no
I,
way.
I swear to God, I think it might come from
Mike,
the
these
fucking
guys don't
Kermit
even know
meme,
their own
where he's
lingo.
fucking drinking, where he's drinking the tea, and people were using that.
You
to-
know what?
I think it might
you
be.
are right. Yeah, it's the idea of like when
Spilling
somebody,
tea is a term already, so maybe that also is the
Yeah.
connection. But
I think it
Spilling
all
tea.
is connected because yeah, the idea of spilling tea, but then the idea of like that Kermit meme when he's drinking
Yeah.
the tea. You do that to react to something that is like, oh man, there's drama,
Yeah.
there's gossip that's happening in front
tea
of
is
me.
definitely more
See,
millennial to me.
Spilling tea is not. I've heard spill the beans. He spilled the beans,
Yeah.
right? And that means he let go of a secret. That's a
Yeah.
hot gossip. Spilling tea, that's some weird ass British shit. And as you know, we're on the right side of the pond, governors. Why don't you take your tea and crumpets? Take your tea and crumpets and go munch something. Go munch something.
All right, that's an easy one. Let me hit you with a harder
Give
one.
me some hard ones.
A gyat.
A
don't-
yacht.
What is
I don't even know this one.
What
I
is
gotta
a
be honest.
yacht?
Mike, do you know what this is?
I
Don't
was
tell me.
shocked that Roger didn't know what a yacht was.
A yacht. I'm gonna say this is like a yacht, right?
Oh,
I'm gonna say this is like someone's balling out so hard they got that yacht, right? Which is like that badass Gulfstream and or yacht. That level of fame and fortune that I can only dream about when I'm crammed back in Economy Plus.
Roger, go for it.
And is it just like a shot,
like a gat, like
shooting?
pow, pow.
No, you are closer though.
Okay.
So it is sort of a sound effect, right? It is
Yeah.
short for. I'm gonna take you on a journey here.
Okay.
Short for goddamn.
Okay.
And it's the idea of it, and it's a specific reaction.
Yeah,
It is
like
when you
someone's
see
hot, you're like,
it's when you see a big old booty.
Yeah, big booty.
It's when you see
What's funny is it's only
yeah.
ever in that context, really. There's,
Yeah,
like you could
damn.
use it for other stuff.
Yeah.
But let's be perfectly
If
honest.
you're saying yacht, like you are saying that for a specific
People are
thing.
saying yacht is a porn term.
It's not a porn
Now you
term.
learn something new every day.
It is definitely not a. I mean,
Now you
Anton, your
learn something new every
band.
day.
Get your head out of the gutter.
But yeah, here on the Wikipedia page for list of Generation Z slang, short for goddamn, typically said when someone sees a female with a curve. While
Someone said it means girl your ass thick.
well,
There's no way.
No,
Sure.
it's definitely short for goddamn.
I mean, it's the same concept, right?
While that Wikipedia is using the phrase is using the word female instead of like anything else, but that's on Wikipedia. Not me. Typically said when someone sees a female with a curvy figure or enlarged buttocks.
Enlarged
Yacht.
buttocks. Yeah.
Yacht.
Yacht.
Popular. This is one that's popularized on TikTok in mid 2022. It says it originated in the mid 2010s. I also kind of attribute this to Kai Cenat, the YouTuber slash Twitch streamer. Like he's. Are your lips that dry?
See how long? I've never seen a chapstick more at the bottom. What the fuck?
I don't know if Jazz saw that. Nick took out chapstick, right? Opened it up, and from me and Roger's perspective, the fucking chapstick was so
It was
deep.
spirally up.
And Nick's
Spiraling up
just twisting
desperately.
this thing for what feels like 30 seconds straight, trying to get this thing to emerge.
I have a weird anal retentiveness when it comes to like pens or chapstick, where I try to finish them.
Yeah.
I will get this chapstick to a point where I have to go, it won't go any farther out. I got to dig in with my nail or a sharp device and put it on my lips. Now, why? I don't know. I got 10 more of these.
Yeah.
And I
you
bought these at a
in bulk.
Walgreens, like 9-pack. This is enough. This is enough chapstick for 3 years.
Oh,
Therefore,
yeah.
I'm set. But isn't it nice? Isn't it comforting to know that you have all the chapstick you'll ever need for the rest of your life?
So the chat says it's that depression era mindset.
Hey, fuck you. Hey, fuck you, Mike. Hey, fuck you.
Mike laughing in the background.
Fuck you, the darkness over there. Just his phone lit by. He's looking at thick
fuck,
ass right now.
dude.
I can tell. Look at him.
Nick,
He's
what do you think a sneaky link is?
Oh, sneaky link, definitely. Okay, so it's like that time where you're like, oh, this person like is just like they just like model bathing suits, but then you look and you click on the little link that they have with
Yeah.
Instagram, and it goes straight to their OnlyFans.
The link, the
That's
link
the sneaky
tree.
link. Yeah, the link
honestly,
tree.
really, like, you're wrong, but really good guess.
Okay.
That's a really great, like, you're sleuthing there, right? Like, that's a really great trying to
I
narrow
like
it
that a
down.
lot.
A sneaky link is when you and another person are fucking, but don't want anyone to know about it.
Yeah.
It's somebody that
so you've linked up.
you
on the
link up in
DL.
like a sneaky way.
On the DL, got it.
Yeah, on the
Okay.
DL, on the
I
DL.
got it. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I feel like it's less associated with like cheating and more just
No,
so
you just
like,
don't want your friends
hey,
to know.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We're just fucking, and it's like
We're
it's not
bumping
really.
ugly.
It's like I don't need to tell
benefit.
people, like everybody who I'm
Exactly,
linking up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. That makes sense.
Now I got, ooh
We've all
man,
been there.
I got a few more for you.
We got like 19 hours left in the stream, so
Let's go with. This is an easy one, I think.
I'm kidding. We're not going that long.
Cap.
Cap.
Yeah.
Okay, Cap, of course. Now, I only know this because I listened to Dr. Drew
Oh, okay.
After Dark.
Yeah.
And he has younger people that produce his shows.
Yeah.
So they're always saying Cap and Sus
Mhm.
all the time.
Yeah.
Now, here's where he gets confused and where I'm also confused. One means something's good and one means something's bad.
Yeah.
And you would think that Sus.
I don't think that's true.
That's not true at all.
But keep going.
Okay.
I want to hear where you're going with this.
Well, now I'm lost. I thought one was like that thing is sus means that it's like suspicious, right?
Yeah.
That
Sus
thing
is like suspicious.
Sus is like, but so and therefore bad. That
Yeah.
has a negative connotation.
Yeah.
Cap, also bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
where I get confused.
But do you know what exactly? Because cap means something specific.
of course,
Yeah.
right. And it's one of those things where it goes.
Well, here's
back
the
to-
thing. Depending on how you say cap, it could mean something. Because if I say no cap, that is in theory good.
Okay, so of course, this comes from the hit 2017 film
Yeah.
Endgame,
Mhm.
where at the end there was no Cap because he won. And he got to go back and live with Peggy Carter for the rest of his life, thus creating some sort of horrible time loop, one would only assume. And then seeing all these atrocities happen and knowing, hey, I could just go out there and do this and I'm still with Peggy because I'm not stuck in the fucking ice for 40 years. But no, Cap gets to live his own life, right? Falcon's like, yeah, I don't have any superpowers. I'll take the thing. I got balls. I'll go do the thing. But you got the super serum still in your dick, right? And you're giving it to one person, Peggy, instead of the rest of the fucking world.
Yeah.
So therefore, he is no Cap. And everyone's like, we don't need that fucking guy anymore. That's why it's a good thing.
So
I don't think Endgame was 2017, but go on.
Nick, what you just said was
Blessing, you miss 100% of the swings you take.
what you just said to Nick.
Blessing, you miss 100% of the swings you take, is what he said. None of that statement was right.
Nick, everything you just said, Nick, was cap.
Yeah.
Everything you just said was cap.
was bad.
Cap
So wrong.
means to lie.
Ah.
Specifically saying someone is capping, or cap means to say that they are lying. On the other hand, if someone says no cap, it means that they aren't lying. So if I
God.
say again to Roger,
No bullshit, baby.
no bullshit.
No
So
bullshit.
so then you see a lot of people when someone's like, "Hey, yo, I fucking hooked up with her last night. No cap, for real, for real." The
Yeah.
FR, and if they write that out, that's like kind of like a modifier.
But see,
of
this
that.
I call bullshit because you went too hard.
Yeah, you said too many for
You
real.
said for real, which means that you're full of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Pixar, it didn't happen. Let's go.
Nick, what do you think a soft launch is?
Oh man,
A soft
you what.
launch.
I'll tell you what a soft launch is. Mike knows what I'm talking about. Mike's been there a couple times.
God fucking damn
A
it.
soft launch, right? You're out at night.
Yeah.
You're at the clubs, right? Or if you're me, you're at the weird hipster bars in the Mission, right across from the youth hostels, because that's where all the good-looking women from Europe come and go. And you're hanging out.
Pro
and you
tip.
not anymore. I don't know anymore. This is like
I'm
20
learning a
years
lot
ago.
right
This
now.
is 20 years ago, and I was single. And you finally get like a young lady to want to come home with you, right? And she's interested in more than just you being a munch, right? She
Okay.
wants what we like to call the whole 9 yards,
Okay.
the full Monty,
Generous.
the erect penis dick,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
dick penis dick.
Cock.
But then you've had, of course, your favorite beverage that tastes like cinnamon, but is whiskey, but is cheap. Too much Jack Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to do the deed, you look down, and your little general down there is just not saluting. He is soft, and he has failed to launch, thus being a soft launch.
That is incorrect. You were at the beginning of that. You were driving toward somewhere where I thought was gonna get us.
Honestly,
to the
I thought that
correct
was going to be
thing.
way grosser. I thought it was going to be when you're soft and you ejaculate. I thought that's what
You know,
it was.
Why do you like you can't put things out
you
there
can't do
for
that. You guys that have prostate
possible.
surgery that can't
See,
get dicks
yeah.
out, they can't get their dicks out, they can still come.
Has this happened to y'all?
No. I just know it is possible.
Listen, this is no judgment from me. I didn't know
I
that
just
was
know
a
it's a
thing.
possibility, okay?
That's
I took biology class.
wild.
It's so I'll be Raj, in the spirit of transparency. That's where my head went first.
I know.
But I was like, I don't know if I want to
felt
go.
it.
I know. I was like, I don't know if I want to go that hard with it.
Yeah.
And I want to make the story as long as excruciating as possible. So I went whiskey dick instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So soft launch, not as gross. It's more so the idea of you just start dating somebody, right? And you're on social media and you have friends that have partners, and you'll see them straight up post their partners on their Instagram.
Go
or
for the
whatever.
chances. Raj screaming, it's natural.
It happens to everybody.
So you'll see, obviously, your friends that are married or have partners will post their partners on Instagram, and it's a very public thing, right? Everybody knows Greg dates Shannon, right? But
Sure.
you then have friends that are on the single side who are out there on the streets dating, doing all that stuff. That every time you date somebody new, you don't necessarily want to post their full image because that feels like a commitment. That feels like you're telling the world, hey, me and this
my girl.
person are a thing. This is my girlfriend. This is my boyfriend. A soft launch is you essentially putting out the image of that person there, but no face.
Yeah.
Right. So it's the idea of maybe.
That seems even worse. That seems way worse. Than
And
just
people
put-
do it. This is the thing where people will take pictures. People will be out at dinner with their date, and they'll just post a picture of the 2 drinks on the table.
Yeah.
But they won't post the other
And it's,
person.
only
in
on
my
the
in my
stories.
brain, I thought you were like, it's me and Roger dating, and I post, but I blur his fucking face out, like he's in witness protection.
Black bars on the eyes.
Like maybe he's my captive. We don't
That is
know.
a form of soft launch, though.
I mean,
can
folks,
come that.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Either commit or don't
It's
commit. Don't do
it's
shit
usually
like
pretty
that.
subtle, but also not subtle at all. It is you just see the person's hand in the background. It's oh, they're clearly on a date. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
they're definitely having dinner with somebody.
You show up, but you show the world a picture of your pee-pee, and it's mid. It's not soft anymore. You know what I mean? It's not a soft launch; it's a mid launch.
Okay, I was thinking about the other mid.
It's,
Maybe we'll
it's
get that.
5 out of 10 on the countdown scale. If you know what I'm talking about.
Wait, Roger already went further than you're gonna. So
No,
let's
because
just
now
move
he
past
can't
it.
have somebody that
Roger,
goes
when
farther than
Roger,
him, right?
when you ejaculate when it's soft, would that be called a leak? Is this just leak out? Is there still an arch?
No,
or-
it's a soft launch.
the
That was the
drip.
whole joke.
The drip.
They just drip. That's. It's just not often that people go harder than me in the paint. Like it's not often. You know, Mike occasionally in the car will say something horrible, but like for the most part, everyone's pretty PG-13.
So beautifully done too by Roger. Everyone hand applaud for Roger.
Thank you, everybody. It's my year, everybody. My year.
No, I think that about wraps us up for the terms. Like I got a lot of terms
Oh, really?
here, but I feel like those are all the big ones, right? I feel like we got
10 more minutes.
I mean, do you have any boomer terms that you want to
Yeah,
bring to the
teach
table?
us
I have some
something.
boomer terms.
Teach us something.
Okay, I have some boomer terms. Go to my list.
What's the T, Nick?
Okay. 411.
Okay.
So we're
I'll
starting
let Roger.
easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'll let
what's
Roger
the
go.
what's the deal? Like, what's the information
There you
kind
go.
of thing?
What's the
Yeah,
information?
like yeah.
Now, I
411's
wanna-
the information.
I want to ask
hotline.
where this derives from. Is it the idea of if you type in 411 on the phone and call,
Yeah.
you get like information
Yeah.
about like the area you're in or something like
You
that?
could call 411. You dial 411, which is not 911.
Yeah.
Boy, let me tell you, when you learn that
The hard way.
the hard way, it's a tough one. Yes, you used to be able to call and be like, "Hey, can you give me the number for Cinemark?" And they would give you the information.
That's
Number
crazy.
for that, right?
I like that. I feel like we should
It's
bring
pretty
that
cool.
back.
Well, we have Google now, so we
Yeah.
don't need the 411.
What's the
anymore.
Google?
What's the 411?
Oh yeah, Disney
Wait,
411.
that might still be a thing.
Try
Someone
it.
should call 411.
411 exists.
phone.
I don't know if it tells you the location and stuff. I remember it was like a local thing
Did it
of like.
cost money?
Seem to remember it did. I feel like it wasn't a free. Like maybe it was a.
No, because I mean it has to be, right? Because it's on the because there's 511 for road service.
To directory assistance.
Oh,
it's still
For
there.
English, press
Well,
1.
it's still around.
Stay on the line. Para español, oprime el do. For
Is it gonna be a
business
real-
or government listing,
All
please
right.
press 1 or
It's just
stay
Oh,
on
it's
the
just
line.
listing
Yeah, it's
stuff.
just
Yeah.
listed. I think it's just phone numbers, right?
Yeah, that's what it always
used to
was.
be.
Okay.
That's what it always was. Okay, next term. And some of these are quotes, by the way. So I want you guys to know if you know the movies they're from, because they were quotes that became
oh,
sayings.
okay.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Oh, that's that one movie with the kids.
What?
It's
You're
the movie with the
killing me.
kids.
There's a fucking lot of movies with kids.
But it's the old movie with the kids.
Cheaper by the dozen?
Okay, no.
There's
but
an old one.
That's a good movie, but no.
Barrett's losing his shit right now. Barrett's losing his fucking shit.
What is
Barrett's the oldest guy in this office. I want everyone to know.
Wait, so repeat
It's
it
like
one
the
more time.
90s.
You're
80s?
killing me, Smalls.
What's it? We're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls.
It's like the. Is it the Sandlot?
It is the same.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, bless.
But what is it specific? Obviously, the contextually, you can guess what the term it was
Yeah,
used
yeah.
for. But when would you say that to someone?
Okay. So, I get in for KFGD. I'm prepping. Right, it's our first show of the day. I am running late though, and I'm realizing that I've forgotten to make my coffee, and I need somebody to make my coffee. And I turn to Roger, and I'm like, "Hey, Raj, I really need this coffee."
So
and
specific.
Roger's like, "I'm busy. I'm working on an edit for a thing." And I'm like, "Roger, please, like, I got 10 minutes. If I don't have this coffee, I'm gonna be crappy on the show." And Roger's like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. I really got to focus on this edit." And I go, "Oh, you're killing me, Smalls."
Close.
Damn it.
But yes, but yeah, I
long
mean,
for, like,
that's
very-
95%. And
Okay.
yes, we used it in that context. But in terms of the Sandlot, it was specifically, you would say it when we were talking about a subject, and someone would like be like, I don't know. Like, for instance, the kid didn't know who Babe Ruth was. And the other kid was like, and they're playing baseball, and he goes, "You're killing me, Smalls. You should know that.
Yeah. Okay.
Based
Gotcha.
on what we're doing,
Yeah.
but you don't know
Just
that."
like this situation right now, maybe someone at this table doesn't know or has seen The Sandlot. Maybe is that?
killing me, Smalls?
Yeah, exactly.
There
Maybe
you go.
that's
Yeah.
one.
Potentially that. Also,
Potentially.
I like that Mike has an answer. He doesn't know the answer. This okay. Bogart.
Oh, I know that one.
Go for it.
Do you know that one?
No.
No, you try. You try.
Give me a
Fuck,
shot.
I know
What do
it.
you think?
Bogart. It sounds like a Castlevania character. I don't know, man. Like Bogart. I would say. I don't know, man. Buy one, get
Whoa.
a something.
Oh, you're going acronym
Oh,
with
okay.
it.
Yeah, I'm going acronym.
Okay,
Yeah.
then let's go it
So
out.
like I go to
B.
GameStop and I find a copy of No More Heroes and I want the sequel and I'm like,
Such a nerd.
I'm like, yo, let me buy this copy of the first one and then let me get the second one, Bogart. Buy one, get a real
Very
time.
Get over it. Raj, what does it mean?
It's when you don't Bogart is like don't keep on taking the joint or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah, don't eat the entire thing. Don't
bogarting
smoke the
that,
entire
right?
thing.
Pass
Yeah.
out.
Oh, Bogard. No?
Bogart.
Bogart?
I think it's based on Humphrey Bogart, who used to smoke. He was always smoking.
Oh,
And-
okay,
and-
that's good. I like that.
That much I don't know for sure, but yes, that is the right.
That makes sense.
I'll be real. I've never touched a weed in my life. I'm sorry.
You've never touched a weed.
I never touched a
No,
weed.
weed.
We can
Yeah.
change that. We can trade.
I'll hold it
right now.
Okay. Shotgun.
Like
Excuse me?
riding shotgun? Like I'm gonna ride in the passenger seat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I want to know
People
what's
still say that.
yeah, people
Okay,
still say that.
okay,
What's the
just-
origin though? Is it like the idea of me and my friend are about
Shotgun.
to go kill somebody?
Well, I think the shotgun lives on the passenger seat. Correct, right?
That would be my guess. I think
Yeah.
it was a cop thing because you always had the shotgun like
Ooh,
right
okay.
there. Which
see,
is in the passenger seat.
in my head, it was like a 2-person drive-by, and you have one person in the driver's, and then the person riding, which passenger, had to hold the shotgun so they can actually use it.
Maybe, but usually drive-bys you don't use a shotgun.
Which is why I wasn't too positive.
Yeah, it's not- if you're driving by someone, you might be a little too far away from that shotgun. You want to use something cool like an Uzi or a cool
Yeah.
SMG. All right, last term of the Boomer '90s generation. Psych.
Shut the
Oh, that's
fuck up.
easy.
The television show.
No, wait, you're lying.
He said psych. Wait, what did he say?
Psych.
Oh, I know it's. Oh, fuck yeah, I know. Like you would say like, I like. Well, I'm thinking about the Borat utilization, but it's just like you would say something and be like, "Psych," it didn't actually happen. Like whatever.
Okay.
It is. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I,
it's like
I
you're
know
tricking
it.
somebody, right?
But I was just
Like-
thinking about. Now I just realized that Psych and Borat are like the wrong utilization of it is my correct utilization of
Yeah.
it.
Fair enough.
Were you ever like as a in your younger age, right? Like use the word not? Like
That
you-
was on my list.
yeah.
Do you know where that comes from?
I feel like that was like an early 2000s thing.
It's a mid '90s thing.
Mid-90s?
It came from Wayne's World. They'd
Really?
be like, I
didn't know that.
really love Roger. Not.
Really?
Yeah, it's a
I
Wayne's World
for
thing.
some reason associated it with like Lizzie McGuire style, like
I'm sure it made it to that.
teenage girls. I feel like that was always the vibe I got from that.
That definitely permeated through that. But yeah, but it originated from what I understand. Check, tell me if I'm wrong. But it originated from Wayne's World in the '90s. Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
As if was Vic Rattler in the chat says as if.
As if
That came from Clueless.
Gag me
Yeah.
with a spoon.
Okay, I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Like
as if like I
as
would
if,
never do that.
That has like the energy of like what I think of when I think of not at the end of a thing.
Isn't there one more on that list that I don't know? That
Give me one more.
you were writing one that I didn't even know.
Oh, are you talking?
Uh-oh.
Nick, how would you pronounce the word if I spelled out FUTFUK?
FUTFUK.
Yeah.
Foot fuck.
What do you think that means?
Oh well, let me tell you, dude. You go after your failure to launch, right? Which is when you just make white all over the floor, right? You know how? So what you got to do after that? I can't let Roger be dirtier than me, okay? This is what you got to do. You make white on the floor. What you got to do is you go down and you just got to start rubbing. You got to start banging her feet with your hands. They're not getting. Oh, they took all the money back, Greg. They're not giving us money anymore. Greg just shook his head at us, right? So you foot fuck with your thumbs. Or in my generation, we call them thumb foot fuck, but it's too long for you guys to pronounce.
We just made that
We
one
made it up.
Yeah,
It's not a real
we,
thing.
we misheard Greg saying foot fuck, and then we're like, isn't it funny if we just put something random in here? Actually, that wasn't the one I was going to ask you. Isn't there one in there that you,
I mean, there's
What?
much
Come
more,
look
but
at
like
his
I didn't want to go too long.
Get up and look at his list.
No,
What the
yeah.
fuck else we
Is there,
doing
is
today?
there one more you want to do? Phantom Tax?
Yeah, that was it. I think that was it. Yeah,
Phantom
yeah,
Tax?
that was
Okay,
it.
what do you think of Phantom Tax?
Oh, that's the easy one, man. That's when you're dating someone, but there's all these little hidden fees all over the place for dating that person.
You're not far off at all, actually. Phantom Tax is like when you have that homie that is around, and whenever they're around, and if you have food, they got to take a little bit of your
Oh,
food
yeah,
when they come in.
I get
You know?
that.
I feel like you
That's
might
me.
actually be the Phantom
me.
Tax.
Yeah.
Like we might have the Nick Scarpino tax.
So
here.
it's anyone that had an older or younger brother.
Yeah.
Used to do that shit because you look at it like, what do you do? You just take a little.
Just take some
That's
shit.
my
Yeah,
goal for you
exactly.
getting my protection as your older brother.
Yeah.
And again, another one that I think is attributed to Kai Cenat in his crew because I think
because he had a friend that
his friend named
yeah.
Phantom, I believe.
Gotcha.
I'm probably butchering that
Daniel.
chat, but there you go. Another episode of nicknames, everybody.
He did well. I'm proud of him.
I think Nick did great actually.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys
Congratulations.
for putting me through the gauntlet.
He's a
One
real
more
zoomer.
time. Shout out to my phone a friend over there, Snowbike Mike.
Did not
who
help
still
whatsoever.
Didn't help at all. Came in for
Nothing.
1 second, decided to walk away.
Until next time, I've been Blessing. That's been Roger. That's been Nick, and he named. It's been our pleasure to serve you.